Oh, good evening once again. And, greetings, Diaspora Network. And just this evening, just few things to discuss, to talk about, okay? Uh, uh, yeah, just few things to talk about, man. Anyway, guys, as you watch, I will say please kindly share, make comments, okay? Um, what we are doing is how to make Nigeria move forward. That is what we are doing. How to make Nigeria great again. That is part of it's our prayer. We pray every time, say, bless our country. But we also need to, you may not be the mainstream as be a politician, but you may be outside the mainstream, but you can contribute your quota, by speaking, talking, and, where you think that needs to be fixed, you say your mind, you say it, constructively in a way, okay? Not insultive, no abuse, So that is it, guys. So, normally I always like to encourage people before I start, guys. It's a new year, so we have to make this happen. Don't depend on anybody. Don't depend on anybody. You can make this happen. That's what I would say. And and your dream definitely come true. Don't give in, don't give up. All right, that's what I would say. Don't give in, don't give up. Eh, there are challenges everywhere. Okay, there are challenges everywhere. But what makes it man is to overcome the challenge. But one thing I know, you cannot face a challenge that a challenge cannot come to you that you cannot overcome. Okay, so I believe you will always definitely God give you that ability to overcome that challenge. You have um, those things inbuilt, for you to overcome that challenge. So I will encourage you guys, please keep up with the hope. Pray for your country, man. Pray for Nigeria, man. We got another country, even if we have a passport in other countries, Nigeria is your root, okay? We have to make it, we have to contribute our own, all right? What is it? Anyway, yesterday there was supposed to be a convention. Okay, I will start from there, okay? I know the internet right now is BETTA EDU being, suspended, but I will tell you, like, for me personally, I felt bad because she's the youngest out of the ministers, and I just love her because I believe in youth, for the youth to come up. Seriously, I love her because irrespective of the party came on board through the back door, okay, just because she's a youth, and I would say what she was saying was promising. Okay, well, I don't know what really happened. We saw documents that were flying up and down, but we don't know if it's corruption fighting back against her. I don't know, but that's not the main issue right now. First of all, but that would be the issue main. But before then, I have to talk of Peter Obi, Lulumba, how they were invited, and notable top African, I would say Pan-African Africanists, they were invited to Ghana to have in a convention to have a talk. And people travel from different places, South Africa. They went to Ghana, but at the end of the day, the thing was cancelled. Why was it cancelled? Well, that's the question for you to answer. Why was it cancelled? Who is scared of who? The Ghanaian government, were they pressurized? These are questions we to answer. But why should we be scared? These are leaders we know that, men, I respect them as per say, they say the truth whole. They don't care. They say it as it is. You understand? So are they scared of these people? Are they scared? Were leaders scared? Were they scared of them that people were already there and they said they canceled the convention. They said order from above. Okay? Order from above. The organizers did not cancel it, but they said order from above after the arrangement. This has been program for a long time, you know. Speakers have been invited. They are all there. Well, Africa, this is how we see it. Oh, this is Africa for you. It's like the things that happen in Nigeria is being replayed. It's being replayed all around Africa too. Man, I don't really know what it's just talk. I don't know why they canceled the convention. I really don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. Who is scared of who? Who is scared of who? Anyway, guys, maybe you know why. If you know why, or what, or maybe you think why they canceled it, put it on the comments. Let's just put it on the comments. It's okay. I think maybe they are scared of this, or maybe they don't want. Just write it, put it on the comments, okay? But I wonder why government will be scared of few people. Few people. If they are doing right, they are doing well. They should not be scared now. They should not. There was no need for to be scared. Seriously, man. There was just no need to be scared. Yeah, if you trust yourself, government, you trust yourself. You don't need to be scared of your own people. You don't need to be scared at all. You don't need to be scared at all. Anyway, um, as it is, that's how as it is. Okay, let me just. Peter B made a statement. No, these things are truth, man. Well, guys, no, let's forget the person now. Okay, let's forget. Listen to listen to what they are saying. Okay, you may not like me talking right now. You may not like you may not like me. Okay, personally, maybe you don't like me, but what am I saying? What am I communicating? Does it make sense? This I want you guys to remove religion, remove ethnicity. Look at your country. Look at where you are. Are you happy with the situation? Maybe you can feed yourself, but look at the neighbor close to you. Is it the right thing? Are we doing the right thing? Are we on the right track? Many people in Africa, they travel to Europe, to America. They know what, they see the system. They know what's going on. Is it the school? Is it the health sector? You know, infrastructure? They know what's going on. But why can't they just replicate it in Nigeria or in Africa? These are questions we really need to ask ourselves. Big questions we need to ask ourselves. These are questions we need to ask ourselves. All right. So I say this, I will say these are discussion we need to, these are things we need to look critically. And let's be objective. That's my personal take, but let's be objective. I don't give a damn about APC, PDP, or whoever party. What I want is good Nigeria. You coming in through honorable process, excellent process. You being having the people at heart. That's the most important, man. That is the most important, man. So anyway, let's listen to. I will play the videos of Peter Obi, Lumba, and the other lady, Professor Kwao. I will play their videos. Although they could not hold the convention. I don't know right now what not happened after, but that's how it is. That's how it is. It's a pity. I don't know if they pressured the Ghanaian government. I don't know if they did. Who are the people behind it? I don't believe in procrastination. I don't believe in but we just at times we want to assume. Okay, what happened? Why did it happen? Why did they cancel the convention? You know, what reason they gave? They said they are celebrating. Anyway, it's pathetic and it's not really good. It's not really good. It's not really good. But they know the commission wants to hold. They know long time ago. They took the permission and that's it, man. Anyway, let's listen to what Peter Obi said. Uh, listen to him and I will we'll also watch what the other people said. We'll also play it, okay? Uh,
failure of leadership. It is failure of African leaders rising up to their responsibility that is keeping Africa where Africa is today. A continent of immense hope and resources. The only way to resuscitate and keep that hope is by having competence, leadership. A leadership that means well. That is the only way to make a difference. As long as we continue hiring wrongly, as long as we continue having incompetent people who don't have capacity, we will remain where we are. To change that hope for the youth is to know that it requires sacrifice and everything. We talked about education. Yes, I agree with my dear sister that on issue of a colonized, educated, whatever I do. But what are the leadership today doing in terms of investing in those critical areas? I was just talking to Dr. Morgan this evening. I said to him, yes, it's good when people, and that's not the, I do that with you. It's good to blame others for our problem. I don't believe in blaming anybody for my problem. I deal with the problem. We are dealing this evening. In my country, this year's budget is, we need, if there's anything Nigeria needs, it's human capital. Because that's what will drive our HDI. Our very low human capital. The HDI, we're 158 over 180 countries measured. So we need to invest in education. But we're providing for tertiary institution scholarship, 5 billion in our budget. And we have 6 billion to build car park for legislators. Is that a fault? Is that because of colonialism? So let's talk about that on this.
That was fun.
So this is where we start. We don't have a national library. As a country, the #1 country in Africa. Our national library was awarded in 1995, and it's being built to today. But our legislators are providing 3 billion to buy books for their own library. This is not the issue of colonialism. It is the issue I want us to start dealing with our problem. I don't believe that at this stage, anybody is the problem of Africa, except Africans themselves. And I want the youth to start dealing with the issue head on. And that's where I stand. I don't.
Yeah, that would be a press conference, right? It's painful that the leadership, they don't care about the people. It's a shame. It's a big shame. Seriously, I don't know how to say it. It's a big shame. It's just a big shame. Man, you guys judge for yourself. Judge for yourself. Just like what's happening in Nigeria, people, these criminals, I call them criminals. I call them criminals. Give themselves so much, so much. Meanwhile, they don't care about people. They don't care about people. Hmm. They don't care about people, man. They don't care. They don't care about you. Don't think they care about you. They don't care about you. They don't. It's a pity. If you like believe it, if you like don't believe it, they don't care about you. They don't care about you, man. Anyway, that's how it is. So that's how we see it. That's how we see it. But let's continue to hope and believe that everything will work out. As for me, I continue to pray for your leaders, pray for the country, so that But we have good leadership. We have good leadership, man. People that will have the country at heart. That's what I will say. I will continue to say it and repeat it. And it's just it's painful, really. But we are where we are right now. It's painful. There are killings everywhere. Just killings there. I heard the herdsmen came to the attacking in Ondo State too. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Yeah. It's a pity. It's a big pity, man. Because God, go help Nigeria, go help Nigeria, man. Go help Nigeria. The students that came there, the youth that came there, they were annoying. They were annoying. Because it's annoying. Some of the kids from South Africa book their ticket, pay for a ticket, book accommodation. Maybe some if their business are doing or their studies, what they are doing, they came over. Then all of a sudden, you said the convention will be cancelled. What is the reason? Yeah. That's the Africa. That is the Africa. That's the Africa. That means Nigeria is not even alone in this stuff. It's just happening everywhere. But Nigeria their own is uh, is terrible. Yeah, terrible, man. It's terrible. Ah, God help us. That's what I would say. At times I sit down, I'll be wondering, imagining how they're coping, how they're doing, coping with the stress. You see, minimum wage, I think 30,000 naira. How much is their transport to work? Transport to work, how much is it? The transport to work. Man, it's I will come back to the speech of just 1 minute or so, but the students, they were so annoying. The way they reacted, let's listen to them because it was annoying, seriously. So I don't blame them. It was annoying, really, really annoying. Let's play it. So that we'll hear what you have to say. Let's play it. Let's play it so that we hear what because they need. Why was the program cancelled? Why? Anyway. Wow, guys.
I want an explanation why the program is cancelled. Why the program is denied. Why we are denied. It's not cancelled by the organizers. Let that be made clear. There's a message going on around. There's a messages going on that the program has been cancelled. It's not cancelled by the organizers.
Okay.
It should be well explained. It's cancelled by the above. Where is the above? That's what we want to know. We have come from far and near. People have come from South Africa, from Zimbabwe, from Nigeria, from Togo. They are all here just because of this program. People have come all day from all over. For us to get here and we are denied. I came here around 2 o'clock.
2 in the afternoon.
2 in the afternoon.
Almost 8 o'clock.
I was here.
Charlie, what happened?
What happened is that Ghana leaders, they are a disgrace to the country.
Why?
They are a disgrace to us. How can you stop us from having such a program like this?
Do you know what the program is about?
Yes, it's about igniting. It's about leadership, leadership, development, and empowerment. You are empowering leadership in Africa. You understand? So if you look at this program, this December, last year December, Davido, Shatawale, Sagodia, all of them, those politicians, they allow them. The one way go empower Africa, they said they don't go do.
Correct.
So we get empowered. Last year, American Vice President, when she came here, this woman, when she be American, you gave her the platform to come in. So in Africa, I want Julius Malema to preach killing the Vice President, the U.S. Vice President. I want Julius Malema to speak on
Okay, so how many people are supposed to speak?
You understand? Like 4 people.
Okay.
Like 4 people. All these people are freedom fighters in Africa.
Okay.
And you are saying we should, this youth, this generation youth, we should all the time rely on MPP and NDC foolishness. For how long?
We will be coming to the Independence Square of Ghana on a very sensitive day like the 7th of January to address the youth of this country. A young man by Professor Lumumba coming to Ghana, most especially Julius Malema coming to Ghana, Dr. Arikana coming to Ghana. I think these are the improvements of Africa. Our Ghanaian improvement is gone, but these are the improvements of other countries. Today they are in here to speak to the youth. We get here and we realize that the program is cancelled. We were invited as student leaders of this country. All mother unions of this student of Ghana here were invited. The University Student Association are invited. Member institutions are invited. The National Union of Ghana Students is invited. People have moved from Navarango, people have moved from our student leaders to listen to these great people. We get here and we are told that the program is cancelled. Why? What are they going back home to speak about Africa? I know definitely Lumumba is going to speak on media. We will listen to Lumumba. I am sad. I don't know what is the reason behind, but we are sad. We are bitter. We are pained. It is very sad.
What cue should the African youth take from this?
You see, I don't know. The important thing is that I would have been able to answer this question properly if the forces behind the cancellation of this program was known. I don't know. But I am sad. I don't know the convention that is meant to ignite the voice of Africa. What we are interested as student leaders is that it's the people on the flyer. Some people are here who want to listen to Stone Boy. I am here as a young student leader to listen to the powerful speakers of Africa.
Of course.
Let me repeat this again. Ghana improvement is gone. But as young student leaders, we know some improvements in different countries. Right. Lumumba is a clear example. Julius Malema is a clear example. Stop the program. Why? Who is that behind the stopping of this program? Students.
I love these guys, really, man. I love these people. They are full of fire. I saw somebody say Nigeria youth are lazy. They're not talking.
Just the last minute, the Ghanaian government has to cancel.
Interesting, man.
Canceling the show at the dying minute to see how wicked African politicians are. Ghana, prepare yourself. You must be violent against this politician. Just the last minute,
It's just
the Ghanaian government has to cancel. Canceling the show at the dying minute to see how wicked African politicians are. Ghana, prepare yourself. You must be violent against this politician. Just the last minute, the Ghanaian government has to cancel. Canceling the show at the dying minute to see how wicked African politicians are. Ghana, prepare yourself. You must be violent against this politician. Just the last minute, the Ghanaian government has to cancel.
Let's see to to Lumumba and what? Too bad. Too bad. All right, let's listen to them, okay? Let's listen to them. I mean, it's pathetic, seriously, man, of what they did to the people there in Ghana for stopping them. It's pathetic. It's painful.
That Africa's future is in the hands of our youth. So New Africa Foundation specifically requested us to come and address African youth, starting with the youth in Ghana. And from what I'm hearing, the youth had actually come from all over Africa, and some came from outside Africa, specifically to hear the message of empowerment, the message about our future, the message about the miseducation of not only our youth, but us as Africans. The message about empowering our children and letting them know that now it is the time for us to do what we must do to take our Africa back. For far too long, we have been lied to. For far too long, we have been miseducated. And so as elders, those of the ones who are sitting with me today, and many others, we understand that we have failed.
The journey of hope continues apace, not only within the continent of Africa, which is the mother continent, but to Africans in the diaspora. I have no doubt in my mind that there is a conspiracy of sorts by the elements that it has happened the way it has happened. So this is not an occasion for lamentation. It is an occasion for redoubling our efforts and our presence here in Accra, Ghana. My good friend, Honorable Obi, my dear sister, Dr. Rikana Chihomri Kwao. This is the occasion for which the English word serendipity was created. It is a serendipitous occasion that heralds a great future for the continent of Africa. So that looking forward, a meeting such as this will happen not only here in Accra, Ghana, but I look forward to a meeting such as this taking place in Ouagadougou, in Burkina, taking place in Dakar, in Senegal, in Nairobi, in Kenya, in Johannesburg, in South Africa, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, because this is about the continent of Africa. And we say this at a time when we know that Africa has promised to ourselves that we are going to make more intimate our interaction. This is why the Africa Continental Free Trade Area is headquartered here in Accra, Ghana. This Accra, Ghana.
Oh, man, it's painful. I will tell you that. What those people did is so painful, but I don't know who's behind it.
Because of what I started with.
Maybe.
Failed leadership over the years. Africa is also home to the highest number of poor people. Out of the 700 million people in extreme poverty today, 431 million live in Africa. over 30% of our population. If you go to
is headquartered here in Accra, Ghana. This Accra, Ghana.
Oh, man, it's painful. I will tell you that. What those people did is so painful, but I don't know who's behind it.
because of what I started with,
Maybe
failed leadership over the years. Africa is also home to the highest number of poor people. Out of the 700 million people in extreme poverty today, 431 million live in Africa. Over 30% of our population. If you go to multidimensional poverty, out of 1.1 billion, over 60% is in Africa. With Congo and Nigeria leading. Today, in the surface of the world, Congo has the highest amount of natural, call it minerals, over 24 trillion. Nigeria has similar situation. You can extrapolate Congo situation to all over Africa, where they have everything, but they are producing poverty. It cannot continue that. With the energy they have, they can lead the world in technology, in health, in entertainment, in everything. All they want is leadership, purposeful leadership. Africa has what is, look at its wealth, resources, shamelessly stolen, put in private pockets. Cannot continue. So we're just here to continue conversations about any country, anything, but talking to the youth.
well, that's how it is. That is Africa. God bless Africa.
Invest in education. But we're providing for tertiary institution scholarship, 5 billion in our budget. And we have 6 billion to do car park for legislators. Is that a fault? Not a sort of colonialism. So let's talk about that. All this. So this is where we start. We don't have a national library. As a country, the #1 country in Africa. Our national library was awarded in 1995, and it's been built to today. But our legislators are providing 3 billion to buy books for their own library. This is not issue of colonialism. It is issue I want us to start dealing with our problem. I don't believe that at this stage, anybody is a problem of Africa, except Africans themselves. And I want the youth to start dealing with the issue head on. And that's where I start. I don't believe I've traveled all over the world, and by infinite mercies of God, I mean, with my own background as a trader, passed through certain schools where I claim not being a professor, not being a doctor, but I claim to be an alumnus of some good schools. And I said to them, I don't believe there's any white man, there's any yellow man, there's any red man who is more intelligent than I am, or any African is. We are children, we can compete. Africans can compete with anybody and do better. But we need this leadership. Fair leadership.
Well, guys, how it is, okay? We need good leadership, man. We need good leadership. All right. So it's the boys in our court. All right. These guys, they are doing their own. They are talking, they are speaking. We know we are dealing with people that I would say that how do I classify these people now? All these politicians. It's like a court, you know. How do I classify them, man? Let me leave them alone. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. But definitely we will succeed, okay? We will definitely succeed. We will definitely win. The battle, we won that election. It was rigged. It was rigged. It was rigged and stolen. But all the same, no problem. Okay? No problem. Guys, please as you watch, can you like, share, make comment, all right? Now, this thing has been going on for a long time. For some days now, this BETTA EDU, BETTA EDU, BETTA EDU, BETTA EDU, BETTA EDU is, if you check, I think is that's the trend for some days now. As I said before, I hope it's not corruption fighting back against her, you know. I hope, I hope, I hope, because definitely that ministry I heard so many corruption. The one she said she mistakenly take 44 billion naira other 5 days. Nigeria. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 44 billion naira mistakenly took it. Mistakenly. And then that said it's because BETTA EDU was taking money. That was why she did it. That means there was no mistake now. That is the meaning. If you said mistakenly, then I said because she was taking money from that account, that was why she should not took that money. Mistake. It's not a mistake. It was purposefully done under 5 days. 44 billion naira. So I wonder how much they have been taking for the past years. This is Nigeria for you, man. This is just one arm. Oh. This is just one small arm. Meanwhile, there are in that ministry alone, there are people under it that are eating and chopping. Oh, Jesus Christ. You know, with this, Peter B said, when the head is good, the, the system will be solved, the 60% will be solved. So he said 60% will be solved. Well, that's the truth. When the head is good, it will be, I mean, the corruption system will be solved 60-70%. But when the head is corrupt, what do you expect? What do you expect? The judiciary corrupt, legislators corrupt. What the hell do you expect? What do you expect? Listen to what Peter Bill said just now. They want to big library for them, billions. Meanwhile, the government don't have library. It's okay. Let them to the library be reading what they want to read there. I don't know. Maybe their acts and I don't know. That's so funny, so funny. Anyway, let's listen to the analysis of Arise TV crew. Let's do the analysis. Man, Nigeria, God save Nigeria, God help Nigeria. That's what I would say, really, man. It's a shame to see people suffering in the midst of what? People suffering in the midst of abundance. And you see the few enjoying alone. It's a pity and it's a shame. And it's a crime. And the people, they're supposed to be prosecuted. When the masses are suffering in the midst of plenty, when your country are suffering in the midst of plenty, in the midst of abundance, mineral resources, the farmland, under the ground, mineral resources, and your people are suffering, and you are happy, buying yachts, allocating millions, billions for renovation of residents. I don't get it, man. It's pathetic and it's painful. What Africans need, it is a revolution I don't really know. We need somebody that can that can fix the system, man. That can fix the system. And then we have so many of them. So many of us that can fix the system. Fix it well. Fix it well. Guys, keep on talking, keep on speaking. Don't allow these people to kill your morale, okay? Don't allow it. What is happening around is enough to kill morale, Sha. Seriously. If you're not strong to kill your morale, because when you say that's why I'm just wondering this Edu. I know I saw documents where she signed, where she approved people going to, is it Kogi State? I don't know. They use flight. Meanwhile, there's no airport in that place. Or they just fly to one place, maybe a closer airport to the Kogi State, then from there to Kogi with taxis or with. Well, we'll see if it is corruption is fighting against her. We will know. We will know because definitely there are people that are higher powers that she may not be able to confront, or maybe she step on their toes. I don't know. I'm just trying to give her a bit of the doubt because she's one of the youngest ministers, man. I feel the pain. I feel the pain because I was thinking she have the people at heart. Because the way she was talking, she have the youth at heart. You have I mean, the people that are masses at heart. I use the word masses. Right? God help her. And right now, I heard she's going to face EFCC. Okay, let's just play. Let me play some. Let's play some. Let's play some things about her. Okay, enough of talking. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. Oh, I think I removed it. I guess I removed it. I removed it. I supposed to. Oh, boy, this is serious. How was it I was playing before? Okay. As I was saying, guys, I heard she's going to face EFCC now. I mean, which is normal, seriously, which is normal. I mean, she has to face it. She has to face it. She has to face it. Um, it's painful, really. I was also going as young ministers, youth, she will be able to do something. Okay, I was just thinking. I was just hoping. I was just thinking and hoping. But but anyway, it's part of it. It's part of it, man. What do I say? Ah, okay. Since I can't see it now, hopefully I will see it again because I wanted to play the video. I want to play the video, but if I can't see it, no, there's nothing. I'll see it again. I'll play it again, but if not, next time I will play it. All right. Uh, uh, Well, uh, what's happening? Okay, let me just. This was not what I wanted to say before, but this better do of a thing is why the thing is for me why I feel pay for her. Why I feel pay for her is just because she she apart, apart that she's apart from that she's young, apart that she's young and to drive because I was thinking if she was able to do some things, it will encourage the youth, to do better next time. But that's why it's paining me. Anyway, I don't want to preempt anything. Let's watch the EFCC. Let's see what is happening. Okay. Let's to our rice goes, okay? Let's to our rice goes. All right, guys. Um, listen to the rice analysis. All right, guys.
Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs instructing the Accountant General of the Federation to transfer the sum of 585 million naira from the National Social Investment Program bank account to the bank account of a private individual. The memo, which was signed by the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, BETTA EDU, was titled Mandate for Payment of Grant for Vulnerable Groups in Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Lagos and Ogun states, respectively. In a statement on Friday, January 5th, the minister's aide claimed that the transfer followed due process and that the private account belonged to Bridget Mojisola, the project accountant for the Grants for Vulnerable Groups scheme, adding that it is legal in the civil service for a project accountant to receive payments, use funds legally, and retire all receipts as evidence of the project. Well, the Accountant General of the Federation, Oluwatoyin Madeyin, however, denied approving the minister's request, stating that no bulk money is supposed to be made to an individual's account in the name of project accountant, eliciting varied reactions on social media. Let's take this tweet from Omotaya, who posted a video of the minister when she assured Nigerians of transparency within her ministry. This is the tweet. Well, he wrote, BETTA EDU assured Nigerians that the money will be transferred directly from CBN to beneficiaries. However, she took a U-turn, transferring more than $500 million naira to a single private account. Oniyelu Bridget Mojisola. Let's take a look at that video before we take more reactions.
What we can assure Nigerians is the fact that this is a very transparent system that is traceable from the CBN account directly to the account of the beneficiaries. For Nigerians who do not have accounts and do not have the NIN, we are actually working to open accounts and money wallets for all of these persons so that they can have their money sent directly to them. We would equally be pasting out the list of beneficiaries at the different communities, which would carry the vulnerable pensioners, the vulnerable veterans, and the wives of fallen heroes, as well as other areas of concern where they were not fully captured.
All right, this is what we're asking for, transparency, and she did promise. This was back in October. Actually, this event was during that conditional transfer for 15 million vulnerable households. You would recall, even just, during the Buhari administration, there was also, this hula baloo, could I call it, at this point, saying that we have to use electronic transfer at this point. But I don't understand what happened here and where, BETTA EDU dropped the ball, because it is easy. She has said it that she was going to go through the CBN and it was going to be transparent. But, they've called for an investigation. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has done the right thing to call for a probe at this point. But, people are saying, what sort of investigation? I mean, this is simple and clear. I believe you even read out, some policies at this point. Let me take some more tweets. This is from Chooks, who wrote, BETTA should step aside while the government launch a full-scale investigation into the sleaze going on in that ministry. I have said this before. Social intervention under any guise in Nigeria is a scam. A large chunk of the appropriated funds are always stolen. Well, Daniel Rega wrote, BETTA EDU is still a sitting minister despite ongoing investigation into the allegations. But Halima Shehu was quickly suspended over allegations. What a government. This reeks of double standard. Well, let me just give you a summary of this Halima story, which Omotaya detailed with the hashtag BETTAGate. Well, he wrote, 1. President Bola Tinubu a few days ago announced the suspension of one Halima Shehu, the CEO of National Social Investment Program, an agency under the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation for financial misconduct. 2. EFCC operatives subsequently arrested Halima Shehu. During interrogation, it was discovered that she moved a whopping 40 billion naira belonging to NSIPA to personal and corporate bank accounts linked to her. 3. Halima Shehu also informed operatives that she moved the 40 billion naira to private accounts linked to her because Dr. BETTA EDU, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, was transferring monies from the NSIPA account to personal accounts. She reportedly alleged that over 3 billion naira has been moved so far by BETTA, and her action was taken to block her from accessing the 40 billion naira. Well, while that conversation was ongoing, a memo written by BETTA EDU to the Accountant General of the Federation seeking authorization of payment of 585 million naira to the personal account of Oninyelu Bridget for GVG program in Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Lagos, and Ogun State surface. By the way, Rufai, we've got some, information that this Bridget is still untraceable. We're still waiting to find out who this Bridget is at this point.
They are going to trace anybody traceable. The Bridget can remain untraceable. Yes. This is a real national matter. And please, I would like to, call for a forensic audit across all the ministries and people that might be involved in the matter. We'd like to call for a forensic audit, 1. Number 2, we'd like to see a quickened investigation.
Before you talk, because so that we can put everything together, let me take a conversation that has been circulating. In the meantime, the minister is said to have approved funds for flight tickets and airport taxes for the ministry staff to Kogi, a state with no commercial airport. The approval was contained in another leaked internal memo dated November 6, 2023. The memo was titled The Disbursement under the 2023 Grant for Vulnerable Groups Program in Kogi State, 2023, signed by BETTA EDU. In the memo, the sum of over 72 million naira was appropriated for the minister's advance team to travel by air for an event in Kogi. Each of the minister's advance team members, including aides, received the sum of 200,000 naira for flight tickets, 20,000 naira for airport taxi and local running expenses. The sum of 300,000 naira was earmarked for the minister's air ticket. I mean, Rufai, I know that you earlier said that there is no, airport in Kogi State. There are 2 airports, but they're not commercial airports. You cannot land in Kogi State with a commercial flight. So we need more details as to what airline took them to that particular event. 72 million naira is a lot of money.
So that's why
at this
we say a forensic audit should suffice. A very holistic forensic audit. I think the audit should go back to any, disbursement made since BETTA got into the office. Any memo signed, all of them should be scanned through. And it should be double scrutinized as we speak. And also the auxiliary companies that disbursements were made to should also be vetted. Because I'm seeing many stories, although not verified, of some key companies that monies and disbursements were made to. Holistically going forward, I do not know why President Buhari set up this humanitarian ministry. In my own opinion, I believe it should be scrapped.
A lot of people are advocating for that, yeah.
It's always a funnel pipe for corruption. And we could have run this independent of any ministry. Once you set a bureaucratic framework in place, then you open the doors to huge corruption. So going forward, I think an impact assessment should be done on the humanitarian ministry.
Absolutely.
And probably scrapped. Nigeria does not need things like this at this point in time.
Yes.
Anyway, it's not today we'll be doing humanitarian interventions, and we didn't need a ministry for it. So whoever put that idea in President Buhari's head definitely didn't do a good one. Absolutely. It should be scrapped. We thought it was going to help people, but apparently, look at the charade. So early in this government, it stinks. Yeah. The corruption in Tinubu's government, allegations of corruption stinks. In the space of how many days? We're talking about the NCIPA, those allegations. Also now we're having this allegation. It stinks and it's a blight on this administration. And they should wash themselves off of this excreta of corruption allegation. They are stinking of the excreta of this.
First, it was Halima Shehu. Yeah. Now we are seeing BETTA EDU. I mean, we had from the same ministry. They had the what do you call it? The pioneer of that ministry also is under investigation. We're seeing these women, go through these horrible. Yeah, she is supposed to be facing EFCC today. Well, let me take BETTA's tweet, which she talked about integrity and trying to defend herself. She said, "Integrity, accountability are our watchword. Under my watch, the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, no one will embezzle government funds as before. The plans to tarnish the image of this administration, my person or the ministry will amount to nothing. BETTA, we are holding you to that word." I really want to know if this is fake document, fake memo. That's the only thing that would make it all right. Because at this point, these investigations are already
Oji, that's the only thing that would make sense of this. In fact, lawyer Femi Falana has said that just that memo in itself it did not implicate her to be investigated or perhaps invited in by the EFCC or security operatives, because that memo is a demonstration of an attempt to commit felony. So even without committing felony, it's an attempt to commit based on extant laws on whether money or not should be paid into private accounts. Unfortunately, I don't see how Dr. BETTA EDU is going to get herself out of this mess. And I agree totally with that tweet that the same treatment meted out to Halima Shehu in the spirit of fairness and equity should be meted out to Dr. EDU. So whilst she's being investigated, suspension immediately. Yes. If the Tinubu administration wants to demonstrate their commitment to anti-corruption and that they take a tough stance against things like this, we should have woken up this morning with an announcement that Dr. BETTA EDU has been suspended, pending investigation. This will send a strong signal, not just to Nigerians that we're serious about fighting corruption, but other MDAs. Do you know that memo and the statement by the AGF demonstrates that's Accountant General of the Federation, that this perhaps might be happening in other ministries. Absolutely. And Rufai, even though I get you in terms of scrapping this ministry, to be fair, I think we need a ministry such as this because of the peculiarity of what we're facing in Nigeria. Unfortunately, just like the NDDC and other agencies like that, it has become a funnel for just monies that magically disappear or come under spurious claims and projects where we cannot trace monies. You're saying that it is okay, and thank you for bringing that video out where she assured Nigerians that under her own tenure, in the spirit of transparency, the monies will go directly to the beneficiaries. Yes. What happened to that plan? What is her excuse for not transferring the monies directly? Then one final thing, a question for the Accountant General of the Federation. Yes, she mentioned that in trying to extricate herself from this mess, that she did her due diligence, she did not approve that money's being spent, what did she do afterwards? Why didn't she blow a whistle? Why didn't she raise...
Well, I'm hoping that she didn't think BETTA EDU was going to go forward with it, because it's not...
The fact that she advised
yes.
her. So I would like to know what happened there, because during that investigation, she must also be questioned. And she did the right thing. But I'm saying that beyond doing the right thing, the state of things in this country means that you must also be willing to, in order to absolve yourself from any kind of blame, also make sure there's a whistle being blown. And then President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, are watching, the international community is watching. What are you going to do about this situation? I am hoping that before the end of today, we'll have an announcement that the minister, not because we have anything personal against her, but because we want to fight for the soul of this nation, and corruption must be a thing of the past, has been asked to step aside pending investigation, and whatever the outcome is, if found culpable, she must be made to pay the full. I mean, we cannot say that everybody is doing it, so let us leave. No, that narrative is gone, and so I hope that they will do something very decisive about this matter.
Absolutely. The saga continues. We're still waiting for the investigation to unfold. We'll take another story. In Akwa Ibom State, where the recently...
Yes, guys. This one was done before the suspension. Okay, the suspension. Well, the suspension will be done, and now she is in the hands of EFCC. Okay, that is the truth. Let's play it. Let's watch. Let's watch. Just one moment. Just one moment. Okay. Right now, she's. I think right now, EFCC should be discussing with her right now. Okay, so it's just a pity for a youth, for a young, for a young girl, man, a young lady or rather. So we were just thinking with her, the youth, to still okay, there is hope for the youth, for the youth, but how would they say? I tell ourselves this government came in through the back door. So what do you expect? What do you expect? All right. What do you expect? Can you expect something good from from something that that was not legitimate? So I don't really blame. All right, let's listen to
the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. The ministry is led by BETTA EDU. This latest development is contained in a statement by the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris. The Information Minister says the federal government acknowledges the uproar over the development in the humanitarian ministry under BETTA EDU, saying that, quote, the government is determined to unravel the truth, end quote. A controversy had enveloped Ms. Edu's alleged involvement in the approval of 585 million naira to be disbursed into a personal account. Meanwhile, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, BETTA EDU, says plans to tarnish her image will amount to nothing. Despite the public outcry, the minister has denied any wrongdoing in a post on X. She said, quote, integrity and accountability are our watchword, and under my watch in the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, no one will embezzle government funds as before. The plans to tarnish the image of this administration, my person, or the ministry will amount to nothing, end quote. Also, a social cultural group, Ohaneze Youth, says those who are bent on making sure that the Renewed Hope Poverty Alleviation policy of President Bola Tinubu didn't succeed, where after the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, BETTA EDU, for her uncompromising stand against saboteurs. Ohaneze Youth is saying this in defense of the minister after documents recently emerged showing she allegedly disbursed about 585 million naira into a personal account.
Oh, man. So you see, that is just the challenge, yeah. Is it true? I mean, did he mistakenly transferring money to a personal account is an offense, which is not good. She did it with the intention of, a good intention, maybe bad advice. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know. I don't know. It's painful. Seriously, I didn't want. And now, and now, her access to business has been removed. Okay, well, it's them. Seriously, I don't really. I don't. It's them, man. I don't. I don't really. It's them. Let's just listen to them. Let's listen to what they are saying, their drama, all this stuff. Okay, my
Developments
own.
after President Bola Tinubu suspended the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, BETTA EDU. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has invited the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, BETTA EDU, to its headquarters for questioning over an alleged payment of 585.189 million naira grant meant for vulnerable groups in Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Ogun, and Lagos states into a private account. Now, after her suspension, Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, BETTA EDU, was denied access to President Tinubu at the presidential villa. This vehicle ferried her out of the villa as she was unable to meet the president. Dr. BETTA EDU's suspension was announced in a statement by presidential spokesman Ajuri Ngilali following her alleged involvement in the approval of 585 million naira to be disbursed into a personal account. Now, the president directed the EFCC chairman Ola Olukoyede to conduct a thorough investigation into all aspects of the financial transactions involving the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. Now, we spoke with Mr. Ngilali on this latest development.
And the president is going to ensure that nothing at all will get in the way of that investigation being conducted in a fair and transparent manner, and in a way that Nigerians would have full confidence that whatever conclusion is arrived at is based only on the merits of the investigation and of the facts on ground. The president is more concerned with the thoroughness of the investigation. He's more concerned with the diligence of the investigation and the reliability of the findings and outcomes of the investigation.
Guys, this is it. Let them find themselves. Let them sort themselves out there. Okay. Because the thing, I will know that this is going to come because it's been everywhere right now. It's trending. BETTA EDU. It's trending. And the young lady, that is just the right. Too bad, man. Too bad. Too bad. Okay. Too bad. Anyway, please just share share your opinion, okay? Let's share your opinion, man. Share your opinion, man. So let's see. Let's have your opinion, okay? But all the same, let's go to pray for our country, Nigeria, man. Okay. Let's go to pray for our country, Nigeria, because Nigeria is a country blessed. It's really blessed. Let me let's listen to channels. Okay. It is channels also. After this, I was thinking of going to River State also, and Wiki, and that stuff. Okay. Now, I may not go there today. Maybe next time I will do that. Okay, but we'll see. But I don't think I can go there today. All right. Okay, guys, let's watch this.
Accountant General of the Federation, but the president has wielded a big stick. Now it has happened. Mr. Dairo, what do you make of it?
He's done the right thing. Mr. President has done the right thing by suspending the minister to allow for investigation as was promised by his government. So in that regard, he has done the right thing in line with his duties and responsibilities as president, who swore an oath to uphold constitutionalism and rule of law.
Let's assume the woman has done no wrong.
When she's exonerated, then of course, she will now have the choice of either returning to her office or whether Mr. President also, redeploy her or so. It will depend on the outcome of the investigations. But for now, because of the issue of the image of the government and the need to, at all times, make government appear above board like Caesar's wife, whenever there's an indictment or an allegation of this magnitude, is always of interest to everybody. It's in everybody's interest for such a public officer to recuse themselves or be suspended.
You heard the Minister of Interior's explanation. What do you make of it?
Well, strictly by the law, you cannot actually fault a company, a duly registered company that is permitted to do businesses in Nigeria, also doing business, in this instance, business of consultancy for the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, so long as the minister has, in line with the law, excused himself from the running of the office of the company and the entity, so long as we don't have evidence of influence peddling or the use of his office to influence his colleague to award such contract to his company. In absence of such evidence, well, we can also take his explanation in good faith.
Laulu, you've been in government. How does this thing work? Can monies be paid into private pocket, into private bank account for government purposes to be delivered to the people?
Yeah, actually, that was the part that I was surprised when I saw the statement of the ministry. Not knocking down the information in the public that money had actually been approved to be transferred to a personal. And it's clearly an infraction of financial regulations, And I agree entirely with Dairu that Mr. President has done the right thing to say that, look, I'm taking this seriously. I'm not going to tolerate this kind of behavior except the minister is proven to be actually above board. And it's important for the president to note that the need for consequences, the impunity is one of the things that we have suffered, as a country, even as many of our administration. Many things like these go without any kind of consequence. And so it's a bit of a relief that the president acted and he acted swiftly. But the thing is that we must see this through, and we must see it through in a very transparent way. The president has started very transparently, moved very quickly. We have almost 3 government statements. Mr. Bayo Ononuga spoke on Saturday, the spokesman on Sunday, and on Monday, the president acted. Excellent. But this has to be taken all the way to the end, and the public has to be kept in the know.
There are those who say that if this was in the past regime, perhaps nothing would have happened.
Well, we also have instances where, ministers were suspended and actually removed for infraction. But I like the speed, that this administration has dealt with this matter, is commendable.
But you look again, being in the presidency for 8 years, what do you think could have gone wrong in these kind of, can anybody be naive to be at that level of federal government appointment that this kind of process would have gone on and you do not understand or you do not identify that there is a possible infraction in all of this? What do you think could have gone wrong?
It smells very bad. I think we must say that it smells very, very bad. It's not looking good at all. And that's why I said initially that I was shocked that the ministry statement actually did not say that did not happen. Because it's very clear what the financial regulations say. You don't put government money, public money, in a private account. Oh, they come back and said, oh, it's the project accountant. No. This is almost 600 million.
Those who argue that was not a private account, it's a public officer's account to be used for the purpose to disburse for government purpose. So the question will be, if you were a government official, can you handle government money in your personal account? Has that kind of thing happened before?
It's not supposed to happen at all. You are not supposed to use your personal account. Now, don't even forget that we're talking about monies that are meant to go to vulnerable people. The best practice, which we had in this country between 2016 and 2019, is that such monies go from the coffers of the government directly to the accounts of the beneficiaries. We've done it before. Which was why I was shocked that...
So it's a departure from what you know.
Oh, completely. Completely.
Mr. Dairu, let me bring you back into the conversation. Look, with all of these things that these monies are supposed to be meant for the vulnerable people, helpless people, poor people, Nigerians, indigent, who need this money like blood. And now this is happening. And you imagine that on the same day that the predecessor of the minister is in the EFCC night answering question, it's the same day the president is suspended the substantive minister. Is this a curse on that kind of ministry?
I think that ministry has become notorious for using public fund that is meant for the poor and the vulnerable in a manner that has become, unbecoming of public officers at the level of ministers. And so, like you rightly pointed out, you have a case where one minister that was in charge of the ministry is answering to questions over financial misappropriations, and you have her successor also be suspended. So this brings us to the larger question of the relevance of this very ministry in the first instance. I think beyond just suspending the current Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, I think we need to have an overview of the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management and ask ourselves the pertinent question: do we actually need such a ministry? And in my opinion, I think that ministry should be scrapped. I say this because Nigeria, with the level of poverty in this country, and without the solid structure in terms of database, comprehensive database of all Nigerians that are indigent and poor, because of the overwhelming numbers, as a matter of fact, this is a country without social security number, for instance. I think it is very difficult to actually run a social intervention program of this nature. And for me, I would have thought that for our level of development and the level we are now, some of these monies that are being filtered away, that are being sieved through private accounts before it gets to a few of the intended beneficiaries, should be used to actually kickstart real development. So I would want the effort of the government to be directed towards funding public primary and secondary education to a level where citizens can become politically aware and enlightened and economically empowered enough to either create jobs or be innovative enough to add value to the production value chain in this country.
Let me put Laulu on the spot. I have 20 seconds to go. But give me an understanding of what this makes for the Bola Tinubu government. If this woman, Betta Edu, is found not guilty of all of this, because it's pending, the suspension is pending investigation, what do you think is this portend for the Tinubu government?
Well, I mean, I think we have to give the president the benefit of the doubt because he has already taken the right action. What I would like to say is that if you remember when the cabinet was composed, there was a coordinating minister for social welfare. So you had a coordinating minister of health and social welfare. The question is, what is the role of that minister in matters of poverty alleviation? I mean, you would think that the president had thought about the importance of this issue, and that was why he had a coordinating minister. But does he have a role in this?
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. We're totally out of time. I wish we had more time, but thank you so much, Daru Majid and Laulu Akande. I appreciate both.
Guys, please not be trending, BETTA EDU. Shall be trending. Guys, That's why I pray that, okay? One, right it is. People, is it, for me, maybe corruption is fighting back against her. Maybe maybe she made a really big mistake, seriously, too, of paying that money to the private account. Maybe she was ill-advised. Who knows? Maybe she was ill-advised. Was if you look at Halima that was suspended, she said 44 billion naira. Well, it's like she mistakenly paid it into her private account and corporate account mistakenly. Then Tachina said it was because BETTA EDU was taking money. That was why she did it. That was how all this is linked. Maybe she was trying to save herself or to implicate people because BETTA EDU exposed her. I don't know. We don't really know. Maybe corruption is fighting back. How can you mistakenly 44 billion naira mistakenly? Hey, mistakenly into your personal account, personal corporate account, mistakenly under 5 days. So I wonder how much has been taking and taking. Look, that means there is no oversight. I don't really get it. So please, for me, let's watch and see, because how much is 500? How much is it paid to that account? 530 million. That lady here, 44 billion naira. Let's be objective. Maybe corruption is fighting back against her. Maybe she made a mistake. I don't know. But she promised to be transparent before. Maybe they used her mistake to deal with her right now. Because that Halima, 44 billion naira under 5 days, paid to your personal account by mistake. Later you said because BETTA was taking money, that is why you now. That means it was by mistake. You probably did it. It's not a mistake again. EFCC, we are watching. This is not good at all. This is too bad, down too bad, down too bad, down too bad. Okay? This is down too bad, man. So that's what I will say, down too bad. Down too bad. Oh man, this is okay. On a final note, okay. Let me play. I didn't want to do this one before too. Let me just do it. Wike and Fubara. Those guys, they are funny people, man. Let's just do it. I'll come back call it a day. Please, guys, as you watch, kindly like, share, make comments. It's important. Let's make Nigeria great again. What do we do? What do we need to do? What can we do? What can we do to make Nigeria great again? Okay, that is my own. Nigeria wants a better Nigeria. Let's play it.
And outside the state, aligning and realigning forces whose association can help him navigate the maze of political crisis produced by the recent face-off with his political godfather, Nyesom Wike. Fubara visited his nearest neighbor, Bayelsa State Governor, Senator Duye Diri, and Senator Azuta Mbata from Rivers State to seek further unity between the two states. However, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike, has boasted that in 2027, everyone will know who is in charge of the politics in Rivers State. Wike, who said this when he mended fences and realigned with the South-South chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Victor Giadom, who was hosted yesterday by the latter, that's on Saturday, at his Bera country home in Gukana local government area of Rivers State. Joining us to discuss the political crisis in Rivers State with the tussle for power between the current governor and his predecessor is Chief Asukwe Ikoawaji, member Rivers Elders Forum. Good morning, Chief, and welcome to the morning show.
Just 1 moment, let me see. 1 moment, okay. Okay, now it's better now. Okay.
Welcome to the morning show. Good to have you, Chief. Thank you.
Thank you for bringing me back.
All right.
Thank you.
Chief, I'd like you to just ask you the question posed by former Governor Nyesom Wike, now the FCT minister, where he said actually that in 2027, people who would know who is in charge of River State. So I ask you the question, sir. Who is in charge of River State? Is it the governor, Sim Fubara? Is it the FCT minister, former Governor Nyesom Wike? Is it the people of River State? Is it the elders in River State? Or is it just a free-for-all where people have sections? Who is in charge currently?
Well, thank you very much. The truth is very clear. You can only have one governor at a time. You can't have two governors. Who is in charge? People should understand one thing. There is no man that is in charge of anything. It is only God that is in charge. You can't be talking about a life you don't own. You can't be talking about things you don't know how it comes about. Both Governor Nyesom Wike and the incumbent governor, they are not the first to be the governors of River State. And definitely they won't be the last to be. Leadership is in the hand of God. People make mistake by thinking that leadership is a place of ruling. I don't see leadership to be a place of ruling. I see leadership to be a place of service. And that is why when people want to run an election, if you own everything, why do you campaign? Why do you go to people and ask for their vote? The people own it, and it is the people that will decide. River State is over 6 million people. You can't, one person or a particular group of people cannot be talking. I have some good experience about this politics. You know, Turaki Adamawa was elected to be governor of Adamawa State. But God said, no, I've elevated you from governor to vice president. And he didn't take the position of governor, but he was elected. Later, he became the vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I also have a friend who has been a governor 2 times and contested again. He was a governor during General Babangida. He came back as a governor of APP. After 4 years, another party took over from him. He contested again. He lost. At the end of the day, he comes back again to contest. And he won on paper. Before INEC could declare his result, the man died. Would the man say he owes anything? So when people are talking about, I own this, I own that, life does not belong to anybody. Power belongs to God. Everything about life belongs to God. So people should learn. And when people began to talk, remember, as a Christian, I will say this. The Bible said God resists the pride. If by tomorrow morning you sleep, you didn't wake up, so what are you going to be in charge? People should be grateful to where they are and what God has made them. And know that God made them all these things so that they can use it to serve the people, not to rule the people, not to harass the people.
Okay. So real quickly, I hear all you have said, and you have spoken well. God owns everything, not human being. But as of today, the sad reality is that Governor Wike is one of the owners of River State. I know you are going to argue with me, and I deliberately made that it's a statement. It's a provocative statement. And what I said is deliberate. He's one of the owners because he had gotten away with everything he did, and nobody can stop him. Even the governor, Fubara, fears him. He says he put the governor there, and truly he did. He did. In the sense that when the governor ought to strike back, and assert himself, Governor Wike was part of the team that ensured that the president intervened in the matter and they signed a deal that didn't favor Fubara and the Rivers people. And he has come to the state again to tell you that you will know who is who in 2027. So all of you in Rivers State have not been able to stand up to him. So he's your king and lord in politics in Rivers State. Abino be so.
I'm fine.
Can you hear me? I'm sure you.
I can hear you now.
Very good.
Yes.
I'm saying this provocatively, that he's been able to do anything he wanted to do and he got away with it. So Wike is your king, political king in Rivers State. Abino be so.
It's not true. And I'm saying it with all amount of authority. Wike is not the political king of Rivers State. Life is turn by turn. If you think today is your turn, tomorrow will be another person's turn. There was a time people talk more than anybody that is talking today. But where are they today? Everybody has a right to say what he wants to say. In Nigeria, you have a freedom of speech. But when the time comes, like I said in my previous interview, that the Rivers people will decide. Remember, Governor Fubara comes from a place called Opopo. Opopo Nkoro is a local government. The former governor, who is the minister of FCT, comes from Obiakpo local government, which is another local local government. If you take away these two local governments, Rivers State still have 21 local government. You can't stay in a local government and decide what happened in other local government. I don't want to join issue with anybody. Like I said, when you are discussing the issue of Rivers State, you must have an open mind. You don't have a closed door to yourself. So nobody today can say, I own Rivers State.
But Wike has said it.
Everybody.
Wike has shown it.
I have told you that it's not true.
In fact, he has even bragged about it.
It's not true.
He has said that in 2027 you will see who is in charge. And he said that when the sitting governor is there.
That is.
And he said that, he didn't say it in Abuja. He said that in Rivers State. And there's nothing nobody's going to do about it. He has made the governor sign a deal. He has made the governor sack Edison Ehije. He has done everything. All the elders spoke. Nobody can speak to him. He's the political king.
Listen. Listen. Don't conclude it. I have said it and am I saying it again. The Rivers people will decide. I can tell you, Rivers will decide.
Okay, Chief Ikowaji, let me ask very quickly. We earlier on I talked about the fact that the president the governor, Sim Fubara, seems to be consolidating his base by aligning with some people. He's going to visit his neighbor, the governor of Bayelsa State. He's mend fences with some chieftains of the party in the state. But I want to ask you, has he had conversations with the Rivers Elders Forum? I know initially the Elders Forum had released a statement and had condemned the outcome of the meeting with the president and some of the resolutions made there. But we saw there that the River State governor had said he accepted what the resolutions were in the interest of peace, going against, by his actions, what the statement by the Rivers Elders Forum. What's the situation of things currently? Are you still supporting him? Has he had conversations with you? And where are we currently with this situation?
Well,
today is the 23rd of November 2000.
Okay, guys. Sorry, we'll continue with this, okay?
Elders Forum. What's the situation of things currently? Are you still supporting him? Has he had conversations with you? And where are we currently with this situation?
Well, the visit of the governor of Rivers State to Bayelsa State, to me, is a welcome idea. And I salute his courage. Rivers State share boundary with Bayelsa. Don't forget that Bayelsa was carved out from Rivers State. I am also saying, not just having a conversation with Bayelsa State government or Bayelsa State governor. It should go beyond that. Have conversation with Cross River State governor. Have conversation with Akwa Ibom, Delta, Edo. It is only when you are in a good terms with your colleagues you can share issues. If you watch for some time now, you cannot say that the South governors has met. Few days ago, there was an issue in Plateau State, and the North Central governors met because you don't know the next state that it will happen to. By having a bilateral relationship with your colleagues, 2 heads are better than one. The South governors should come together. The North Central governors have just not met. They made commitment. So, out of the 6 states of South, about 4 states are new governors. 2, one is on his way. The other one just commenced the second tenure. You can't say that they have equal experience.
Okay.
So by coming together, share ideas, they can now know and how to help each other.
Okay, but all those...
Remember, we have so many issues confronting South, not just only Rivers problem.
Okay, but all those governors can't help
and
Fubara.
One person cannot do it alone.
But all those governors cannot help Fubara from his political woes. That's the most important issue with him now. He's not even confident if he's going to be governor the next minute. All those South governors, Doyediri and all of that he's going to meet, they can't help Fubara. Fubara needs to help himself. So what's the essence of meeting people that can't help him?
Who tells you that they cannot help him.
Is it Diri that want to save him from Wike?
Are they not governors?
Is it Diri that want to save him from Wike? Can Diri help Fubara against Wike?
Let me tell you, we are all human beings. It's not when you see people coming out to say, I want to be president, I want to be governor. One way or the other, they have experience. They have ideas to share. It is only in Nigeria that winners takes all. I am totally against this issue of when a party win election. Will you say somebody who ran on the platform of Labour Party has no idea to share? Will you say somebody that contested under the platform of PDP doesn't have any idea to share? We all need ourselves. And let me say it. Stop personalizing this issue.
All right.
It's not an ethnic fight. It's not a personal issue.
All right.
When the time comes, the Rivers people will decide.
All right. When the time comes, the Rivers people will decide. Thank you so much, Chief Ikwaji, live from Port Harcourt in Rivers State, just going through again the Rivers State political crisis and where we are now.
Well, the fight is still on over there, man. They are still doing their own. They're still doing their own. We are watching, we are waiting. Let's see what will play out, okay? Well, what do we do? What do we do? So we pray that it ends well over there. But my own is the Rivers people, okay? That's just my own. Let everything end well, okay? Let everything end well, right? Guys, people, Plateau State, should I talk about Plateau State today? Well, let's pray for Plateau State. Let's pray for them. That's what I will say. Let's just pray for them because, like today, I saw the camp president and some people who are marching in the street of Jos. I think the government house, I think so. As I've said, please, communities, governors, if you are, what we call you, or if you are governors, give security to your people, okay? Give security to your people. That's what I will say. Give security to your people. Because if you wait for federal government, what parial, that's what I will say. I don't know what, for how long you will wait. So please, secure your people. If that Amoto could have formed in that access area from the area, there should be collaboration toward the governors. It's not be like the middle belt, the governors collaborate. The Southwest is collaborate. The Southeast collaborate. The North Central, the North West is collaborate. They have security system to protect their people. But enough is enough. Enough is enough. I heard Abuja to Kaduna, they returned there again, all these bandits. So you see, we cannot afford all these things again. Enough is enough. Governors, wake up. And the more you go to the president for help, how can he help you people? How can he help you people? Help yourself, oh. Help yourself. Help yourself. Okay? Help yourself. That's what I would say. Help yourself. Because I don't know how you guys will do it. Help yourself. Help yourself. That's what I would say. Oh, help yourself. That's what I would say. Help yourself. Because the security system in Nigeria is not too bad. Not too bad. Well, let's listen to this guy, and then we'll come back. We'll come back. We'll come back and call it a day. Okay? Come back to it today. Just listen. Um, let's listen to him. Well,
use them
this guy.
to destabilize that mighty people who have built empires like Oyo and other places long before anything. But they are looking for some weak elements. Like Tunumbu is a weak element. People think he's powerful, but he's a weak element in the Yoruba war. These are the weak elements they want to use to be able to push the Islamic agenda. People have been telling you that Islamic agenda is a lie. No, it's true. I can tell you that I was born a Muslim. My people have been Muslim since the 7th century. I'm a Madinga. And we have been Muslim. There is nobody in my ethnic group who is Christian. All my people have been Muslim. And I studied Islam in northern Nigeria. And I'm telling you, the agenda is to push that country toward Islamic agenda or destroy it completely. So to your question, I will tell you that Nigeria does not have a bright future for now. It doesn't have a bright future for now. The elements that are in the north, and most of them are receiving grants. Some of them, even in university, they are getting grants from this Qatar, and all the extreme Islamic groups are giving them money. And they are building, their power is increasing day by day in the political system. They are even creating billionaires that eventually tomorrow they want to control western part of Nigeria. The East a little bit stubborn for them. Eastern Nigeria is stubborn. That's why they are isolating them. The isolation of so-called Igbo, it's not because Igbo hate Nigeria. Igbos are the most Nigerian than any Nigerian. They are every part of Nigeria you find them. They have their own problem for sure, like every African group. But the issue, they are not the problem. But they are acting a little bit stubborn to the Islamic agenda. So they have to be isolated. And to do that, you need one of the most powerful groups, which is the Yoruba group. If you don't use Yoruba, you can't succeed. And the Yoruba group is very educated. So what do? You look for the weak one among them, which is the Islamized ones, and play on their religious sentiment. And then you destabilize the country. I can tell you, my friends, you need a revolution.
Believe it or not, things are happening behind the scene, but we continue to do our own, to say our own, and let people wake up. They should know what they are fighting, okay? They should know what they are fighting. And the fight is real. It's so real. It's not a joke. The fight is real. It's not a joke, man. So don't underrate anything. Don't underrate anything you hear. Anything you hear, analyze it, okay? Analyze it. That very dark man was in Plateau State where they had attack. Maybe on his part, that's what he thought. There are many things behind all those stuff, not just even when I played it, I was thinking maybe is it for economic reasons, all these foreign companies doing that stuff about the killings. No, as I see, I'm very sure, as he said, there is reason behind it, as per maybe try to Islamization, all those stuff. But everything you hear is good to analyze it and find out the truth. Because to wipe out a whole villages, communities, then the Fulani that come there and stay. It shows something. It's been happening. They will wipe them off, they drive them out, and they will come there and take that place. In this settle we are. It's a shame, it's a pity, and people are quiet. They are not talking because it's not. Some of them they're not be affected. It's too bad. It's too bad. It's too bad. It's too bad. We all need to wake up. We all need to really rise up to responsibility. We all need to rise up to responsibility. This is not a joke. It's not a joke. Those Eastern governors come together. The South governors come together. The Middle Belt come together. Those that did not come together and secure your communities, secure your states, man. Secure your states, since they don't allow police state, which is supposed to be even communal police. This is unnecessary to protect yourself, to protect the people. I know politicians can use it against their opponents too, but for security reasons, we know we need all this stuff. We need security to secure the people. We need it. We need it. So just I believe the complaint was some of them, they are not properly, the equipment are not, they're not getting the equipment. I sometimes the people, they are on their own, they are trying, but they cannot do more than what they are doing right now because maybe no equipment. I don't really know. Man, we need to really sit up and and fight out and fight out these things. Okay, that's what I will say. That's what I will say right now. Man. Well, today I talk about Peter being in Ghana, Lumumba in Ghana, and we were denied in talking in the convention. The convention was cancelled. I spoke about today about BETTA EDU will be trending. I hope we don't commission fighting back against her seriously. And let us not let us look at things critically really. A lot of people have been writing against her, all the trends have been against her. Everybody has been against her. Maybe she may have been wrong in some actions she took. Yeah. Maybe she must have been wrong, mistakenly, maybe wrong advice. But I hope it's not commercial for against her because we know for that woman had that to say she mistakenly took 44 billion naira her personal account. The later she now said she saw Peter Edu taking money from that account was why she took 44 billion naira mistakenly to her personal account. If you look at it, how much okay, let's assume Peter Edu paid that 430 million naira to support this account, which he said is a worker, is an accountant stuff in the ministry. That is a little money compared to that 44 billion that you say you mistakenly put in your whole account in other 5 days. Let's read things, let's look at things critically. That's my own opinion, man. Let's look at it critically. Let us not crucify her yet, because people are just crucifying her. It's good for her to be, I mean for her to suspend that investigation, but let investigations do that job because reality is behind the scene. People must be pushing for her to be removed because she has not agreed to what people are doing. I believe, I don't know. Okay, this is just my view. It's just my view. Okay, this is just my view. Well, anyway, guys, thank you today for watching. I'm going to stop for here today and just see if I don't think I'll stop for today, man. And that is it. Okay. I wanted to play a session in the video we watched before to say goodbye. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, and let's make it happen. I played it before, but I will just use this one to say good night. All right, we play it now. So guys, please like, share, make comments. I'll see you again very soon. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. Good night.
It is failure of African leaders rising up to their responsibility that is keeping Africa where Africa is today. A continent of immense hope and resources. The only way to resuscitate and keep that hope is by having competent leadership. A leadership that means well. That is the only way to make a difference. As long as we continue hiring wrongly, as long as we continue having incompetent people who don't have capacity, we will remain where we are. To change that hope for the youth is to know that it requires sacrifice and everything. We talked about education. Yes, I agree with my dear sister that on issue of a colonized, educated, whatever it is. But what are the leadership today doing in terms of investing in those critical areas? I was just talking to Dr. Morgan this evening, and I said to him, yes, it's good when people, and that's not the, I agree that with you. It's good to blame others for our problem. I don't believe in blaming anybody for my problem. I deal with the problem. We are dealing this evening. In my country, this year's budget is, we need, if there's anything Nigeria needs, it's human capital. Because that's what will drive our HDI, our very low human capital. HDI, we're 158 over 180 countries measured. So we need to invest in education. But we're providing for tertiary institution scholarship, 5 billion in our budget. And we have 6 billion to build car park for legislators. Is that because of colonialism? So let's talk about that on this. So this is where we start. We don't have a national library. As a country, the #1 country in Africa. Our national library was awarded in 1995, and it's being built to today. But our legislators are providing 3 billion to buy books for their own library. This is not the issue of colonialism. It is the issue, I want us to start dealing with our problem. I don't believe that at this stage, anybody is the problem of Africa, except Africans themselves. And I want the youth to start dealing with the issue head on. And that's where I start. I don't.
Yeah, that's the end, guys. Thanks so much for watching. God bless you. Kindly like, share, make comment. All right. See you guys soon. Good night.